Today we're going to investigate different AI tools to avoid their own censorship. We're seeing that many AI systems severely limit their responses based on what we ask them. We don't need to go to extremes. Simply when asking historical or political questions where two different viewpoints exist, these AIs are designed to please you, so they often refuse to answer, hide information, or dodge your questions completely. This is clearly problematic if we want to research topics that are somewhat taboo or controversial. That's why today I've decided to bring you 3 AI tools that I'm sure you'll find interesting. You'll find all 3 in the description, so let's start with the first one. Obviously, I should mention that if what we're looking for is total privacy rather than less censorship, we should use local models, which I'll share at the end of this video. Now, let's move on to the first tool. In this case, it's Uncensored AI. As you can see, the homepage showcases various notable features of this AI tool, including the ability to interact with chat. Importantly, we can write code with this tool, generate images, modify images, and even create videos. We can also configure how much memory this AI tool retains from our chat, and we can ask it to search the web for information. It's important to note that these models, even though they're uncensored, have been trained on the same indexed pages as most other AI tools. That is, as I mentioned, indexed pages, documents, and other content. Even though they clearly have less regulation than AI, they can still be regulated based on who wrote them, right? I mean, that's obvious. Here we have the option to select different models, okay? One interesting model is Gemini 3 Uncensored, Gemini Uncensored, and they also offer their own models. For example, I'm about to ask a question that ChatGPT would likely handle very cautiously, maybe even avoid answering directly, rambling without giving a concrete response. I don't care which answer you give me, but the problem is you're not providing information, which is what I'm seeking when using an AI tool. Let's test if Uncensored can provide the information we're looking for in this case. And here, if we start asking more sensitive questions, it will also give us its opinion, right? For image generation, we can use flux1, flux1.1,1, 2.2, flux2, SDXL uncensored, and Nano Banana Pro, which is actually censored, okay? Just in case we want to find the best generation options. I'll verify it's really Nano Banana, though it doesn't let us add any references or anything, but we'll send it to generate the image. Also understand that if we delete our uncensored.com account, they'll erase our data within 90 days. They also have an API system with Playground and other features we can check out if we're interested. And there we have the image, okay? Without a doubt, Nano Banana isn't the best platform for generating images, but it's what we have available. Then we have video generation with various models: Standard Pro, Turbo, 1, UpGen, Sora 2, Sora 2 Pro, and Grok Imagine. Well, more of the same, not much configuration available, but it's there for us to use. We also have incognito mode, right? You can enable it here with Enable Incognito Mode. If you have prompts or prompt templates that you need to save and don't know where to store them, Excel, Notepad, or scattered around until you lose them and all your work, I present to you the Prompt Vault tool. Flashcard, write libraries, and even have an API playground. Unfortunately, to use this AI, we'll need to pay, starting at €8 monthly, €16 monthly, or €23 monthly with annual pricing. For monthly pricing, it's minimum €10 for 1,000 AI messages, 30 image generations, 5 video creations, and 5 music creations. They provide all models, including Uncensored AI. So unfortunately, we can't test it, but it apparently works very well according to reviews. And for those of you still interested and looking for something free, I have one last tool called Venice AI. It's a popular tool that many of us have probably seen already. A super simple tool that also promises minimal censorship. So let's try it out. We have many tools like web search, the ability to extract URLs, automatically improve our prompts, and we can add images, edit images, combine images, remove backgrounds, even create videos from images. Plus we have access to all these text models. I'd say we have everything here. Obviously we need the prompt, and there are several important anonymous models, which is very interesting. The same goes for images, okay? So we can send requests without any issues using auto mode, which basically selects the best model for our question. And here it gives us a bit of perspective on indoctrination, parental rights and values. offering a really significant opinion compared to what ChatGPT might give us. It's that if we look at ChatGPT's thinking process, I want you to see that right from the start it says, while I could rely on general knowledge, the instructions require me to investigate when I have doubts, especially with political topics. I'll search for definitions, effects, and related case studies. So clearly we can see in ChatGPT's own thinking that it takes these topics much more seriously, as it explains to us. And here it starts playing its cards. It tries to change the meaning of the word. Oh, but it's not really that bad, because if I take this word and change its meaning, then it becomes something positive. But of course, if you view it from a negative perspective, then it's negative. And that's what I'm saying. It never really gives you a straight opinion or a definitive answer, but tries to cover everything while actually telling you nothing. That's also why another, more unrestricted AI was created, which is Grok, okay? Grok also has very little censorship. Plus, it's a powerful model that I'm sure is heavily trained on political topics, because it's literally trained on the entire Wikipedia and thousands of documents about these subjects. But ultimately, it's designed for the X network, and we all know what exists on the X network. So if you need a model to access this kind of content, this is probably your best bet. As for uncensored local models, it really depends on what you're looking for, but generally models like Gemma 3 with 27 trillion parameters won't have censorship. The problem is they require a lot of RAM due to those 27 trillion parameters, so we can use them through OpenRouter if needed. And really, many open models, especially those created by startups, will likely have much less censorship than those published on mainstream platforms. So I'd recommend going with Llama, and if you want to dig deeper, go ahead and investigate, right? There are tons of models out there, as we've seen, and I'm sure there are better ones available. So that's that. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, if you want to learn about artificial intelligence and prompting, about how to talk to AI, you can access the free ebook in the description. Not much else to add. Support this video and tell me what other videos you'd like me to make, and I'll see you in future videos. Thank you very much. Bye bye.